Hi. Well, I mean, always a pleasure talking to, my friends from London.
And I'm so happy because
Always.
Thinking, who's that one celebrity
Yes.
who's had a career
It's 20 years and counting. Hopefully we'll be here when we're also,
another 40.
Yeah, 50 years.
50 years.
I think that it's been exhilarating. It's been, I think, an overwhelming journey also because there's been so many highs and as many lows. I think over time, I think it's only grown, the idea of wanting to do roles that I love. And now, of course, I think after marriage, of course, it's fewer films, but it's also films that I want to be a part of. Yeah.
You've done it all.
All kinds of roles. The entire United Kingdom is, I think. They still love it so much. It's a typical kind of Hindi film drama. There's family, there's songs. Tell me how it was. Well, I know what I'm looking pretty hard and tempting. It's actually still coming back in a way in 2020 because, like you said, it's pop culture. It's a character that somehow, I don't know how, it just connected with the youth then and it connects with the youth now. But you've never seen a character like Pooh. You've never seen somebody who's so blasé and who just speaks her mind. It just connects instantly with, the youth of every generation.
Those scenes.
Yeah,
Really?
I was like, Karan, what are you making me do? I don't know what, And to give it to Karan, actually, he was like, listen, I'm telling you, you have the smallest role in this film. You're going to walk away with this film. And I was like, what are you saying? Because Shah Rukh and Amit and Kajol had tailor-made roles. They were in every scene because all they were doing was crying. And I was like, the typical syndrome is that you're a great actor when you're crying on screen.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, wow, what a shot, or wow, what a performance.
Crying.
Yeah, I'm already crying. But the whole idea is that a character that was actually making you laugh became the iconic character in the film.
People were just giving you that for the start.
Absolutely. I think that was the case until, I decided to be like, listen, I don't want to do this. And I was like, I started changing gear. So I had to consciously kind of, take that decision that, I don't want to sign any movies for a year, that I want to do different kind of work. And I want people to know that I can do different kind of work.
And you were never scared of being part of even 2 heroine films where
the thing is that, I've never looked at a film that, I need to have the central part. I've always looked at a film in totality. That, it's the entire cast and crew and 250 people standing on this set that make the film. I'm not the only one that makes this film. Yes, I'm going to do my bit. And, actors actually should have the right to choose a part that they love and they enjoy. But I've always enjoyed also doing films which spoke about the film, or whether, you had an ensemble cast where you could share your chemistry. It was always about, it's always been about the project and the film, rather than, just that, this should be about me. I was 17. And now I'm closer to 40, which actually not many actresses would want to say, but I'm very proud that I'm very excited that on the 21st of September will be my 40th birthday.
Oh, wow.
And I'm happy that even at this age, I've been so grateful that the audiences have just lapped up my film and it's, almost we're touching 250 crores. That says a lot for the choices that I've made, and also that the fact that I think the audiences are changing today. It's not just about, being 20-something and, being able to romance the younger lot.
So how I watched your interview, early snippets and those early interviews, and how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like, what was I thinking? That's basically what I think all the time. Because, I think, and of course I've changed as a person also, everything has. My entire approach to life, my thinking, everything has changed. I think when I was 17, one is very immature and brash. You kind of think that, you own the world. Of course, I think a 17-year-old should probably think that. That is the age to think that and, learn from mistakes. So I think I'm very happy to know that I have nothing to regret, but I've learned from my mistake. Yeah, of course, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
I think the perception,
and the truth is that's why I till today don't even bother clarifying who I am. I think people still, just imagine, and they've just kept me like, okay, this is what she is, and I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, it's okay. That's what they want me. Some people want me to be the diva, some people don't. But I think I'm like, I just want people to like my work. You know, it's not about like, you know, knowing me or my personal life and what goes on.
You know, the songs, I won't go back to the
Oh God.
I won't mention
I
My
don't even
Darling.
remember those songs.
Oh, come on. Oh My Darling, I Love You. You remember that one?
Yeah, with two pictures.
Ye Paheli, you remember that?
Oh my God, yeah.
Which film is that from?
Yeah, they.
Yeah,
that was a
Televina.
great song.
From which
Fardeen
film?
With Khushi.
Tushar.
That was with Tushar.
Cool.
Of course. The best and the worst.
What about Main Tune Churaya Jiya?
Oh God, Ajnabi. No. Fida. Oh God. Yes. Beige pant and the green top. Yeah. No, I like. I didn't even remember the song. So obviously, clearly you do. That's a shocker.
And Akshay is
but that's a
watching
very
you from the
nice
gates.
song. Yeah, what's the J word now? Oh God.
Because you know, for me, there are
That chapter has to be.
Down.
And which didn't really work.
No,
it was like an underdog. I know,
Expecting-
because I treated it like an underdog.
You did?
I actually used to be like, go on the shoot and be like, listen, I'm doing this Yashraj film. I used to tell if Akshay Kumar and Saif Ali Khan in it, and you know, it's going to be the biggest blockbuster and the biggest hit in my career. More than 7-8 hours, because I need to go and train, because I was training a lot those days. I was like on a diet, and I would be like, you know, I'm becoming size 0 for this bikini shot in Tashan. And I actually treated Jab Bhi Met that, okay, fine, it's going to be like this, you know, rom-com-y kind of thing. And you know, life obviously just decided what it had to, and fate just played this whole game, and you know, Tashan kind of failed, and Jab Bhi Met became like, I think probably India's one.
great.
Yeah, and I think Geet stands in, I think, one of the top 10 Indian characters there could possibly ever have been in, of any actress. Yeah, and after that, every actress's version has come of Geet. Every generation there has been a film where everybody's acting like Geet. Small town
Of course,
girl.
Bareilly Ki Barfi, all these.
That small town girl, Patiala Shalwar, wanting to go fulfill her dreams and make her dreams come true. At the end, that's the crux.
But actually, you said recently, Keith.
Yeah, in the sense like this talking fast and everything, people just obviously believed that, you know, it was so believable that everyone actually thought that this is Geet. Oh, of course. Actually, none. In the last decade, I've stopped watching my movies for sure. Earlier, like till Jab Bhi Met, I watched most of myself on screen. I'm just like, I kind of cut off from that character the minute the film is over.
To be part of this world. And when you're off.
Actually not. In fact, it kind of gives you an added pressure. You know, that, oh God, okay, fine. You know, the expectations are constantly building, and the expectations are that, okay, I need to do this, or I need to do better. You know, you need to constantly be on the ball. Visually, because it's a visual medium, physically, mentally, you have to just be all there, you know. So it's very taxing. And it's a gutsy profession. You need to have that kind of mental balance also. A lot of people can, you know, either go to the extreme ends of like, you know, take the success too seriously or your failure. So I think the mental pressure bogs you down more than anything else.
Mental health?
Yeah, of course. I think that, you know, that passion and drive of like when you're young and you want to make it and you're like, I'll do anything to make it. And then when if things aren't working out the way you wanted, because I also had a fair share of flops where my films weren't really doing well. Constantly there. In fact, now I think the younger lot films have changed so much. And with this Instagram and everything, I think everything's in fact a lot more easier than what it was. Of course, I think that it's easier. The kind of directors, the kind of films that are being made are totally different today.
Fine.
Yeah, but I think that that's so passé. Because when you look at even like actresses, whether they're in Malibu or whether they're in LA, nobody... And I'm like, don't do that. We should just be in our sweats, it's fine. Because that's what our fans would also want to see.
It's on the sets of Dashan because she hasn't eaten in days.
Oh God.
Tell me about that period. I mean, what on earth made you want to do that?
Firstly, I never fainted.
Okay.
I'm very healthy, thank you, because I've always been. In fact, I was on a diet where I was eating. You, tum interview do aur bolo that what all I've been eating every 2 hours. Because I never starved. I was
Really slim.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm a tall, big Punjabi girl, I was like almost 43 kgs. But if you ask me that if I could go back there, I can't. Because now it's like, now I'm just happy with the way I am, you know. I'm happy that I'm fit and I'm healthy, and I can't be in that, you know, extra thin mode now. I've never measured my success in that form, you know. Obviously wanting to work with all of them was always on, you know, every actress's wish list, and it just so happened, you know, that particular year I was, you know, I worked with Shah Rukh and Salman and Amir and all of them together, you know. It just it just happened. I don't know how. But I feel that Piya's character was like, I think, again, very iconic in its own way. You know, whether you talk about the Dhokla Fafda scene or whether you talk about the scene with Baman when she tells him that, you know, my brother committed suicide. I've never looked at a film that this film is called Three Idiots, so, you know, I should not be in it. Because a lot of people assess that. But I think I've been lucky that I've not looked at my films like that. I've always looked at it from my perspective, that what I can add to the film. Yeah.
But how were you, who was this very...
Because, you know, at a very early age, I did a film like a Chameli. It was touted as a big film because we had Amitabh Bachchan's son with us in the film.
Yeah.
But it was not the typical run-of-the-mill short skirt, leather skirt dancing film. Exactly. Yeah. So it was, I've always started, in fact, with a slightly unconventional touch, but always wanting to go on to do the big commercial film.
Want to see you do those masala films.
Of course, they want to see me do, I think, a mix of both, which I've really tried to balance, you know, and really tried to do it. But of course, all the big commercial films came my way, whether it was then late. I know, of course it was. But it just didn't get its due because probably, I don't know for what reason.
A heroine should be like.
Like I said, I gave my heart and soul into the film and I did it with utmost conviction. But yeah, so it'll always be one of my favorites. No two ways about that.
An actress has to go through.
I think that is possibly a character that has, like, you know, stayed with me, and the fact that I gave it my all and I couldn't even, like, after the film released and when it didn't get its kind of due, of course I was very, very upset for quite a while that, you know, I'd given so much to it. Saif was offered this film. And for some reason, I don't know why, he said no to it. Excel recasted this film and went to Amir and he loved it and he picked it up and Amir called me. In fact, I told Saif, I said, I don't know why you didn't do it. But when I heard it, I was like, I think it'll just be fabulous because it had to be slightly eerie as well as, you know, believable right till the end. So I really enjoyed doing it.
A commercial actress, a dancer.
I was like, I don't know, I think people were like, yeah, you know, it's like when you're a star, you have to be open to everything, you know. So you have to learn to be indifferent. And I think over time, I kind of have grown to be indifferent towards that. Earlier, I wasn't. I was very emotional about things. Not that I'm not now, but now I can say that I'm indifferent. And in this profession, I think this is the way to be. And I think time has taught me that.
Oh.
Yeah,
and I think
12. Yeah. It's not like somebody can change you completely, but I think somebody, like you said, can just add peace and calmness to your being. I've learned from Saif is actually, I think, you know, being comfortable with myself and not kind of, you know, always running after money, success, fame. There's something greater than money, fame and success, which I probably didn't know. And which I think is, you know, family and love and, you know, calmness and peace of mind, or reading a book, or just, you know, sitting and having a conversation not about work or competition. I think so. More family and more kind of, there's contentment is the word rather than anything else. Even Veere Di Wedding, nobody would kind of have made a film about 4 girls. Everyone was Dil Chahta Hai about male friends. No one really spoke about female expecting that. I think that I'm making exciting choices because I'm also doing fewer films, and I think the idea is that I feel, you know, when you're not kind of running a race, you're not competing. But the idea is, I think the greatest competition is when you're competing with yourself and when you're happy. Even before, everyone was like, don't get married, you know, then, you know, your career's over. I was like, I don't want to be in this. I'm not running this competition. I'm not a rat. I'm an actor and I will always be an actor. And if I don't do this now, a lot of women actually, if I may say, actually took inspiration from this. I don't know why. Everyone was like, a lot of people told me that we've never seen an Indian actress pregnant because you can't see her fat or you can't see her bloated and, you know, hands swell up, face. We shot Coffee with Karan in November or first week December, and I delivered the MO 20 days later.
Wow.
So I was actually looking like my entire bloated best. And I was like very beautiful, but I was like, it's fine, it's okay.
Kareena Kapoor can own a red carpet. We were in 2016, and you...
Even today, like everybody, my manager was like, but will you put makeup? Because I think she doesn't trust me because she knows that if I had my way, I'd be in my sweatpants with my hair tied talking to you, you know, and I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. What's the big deal? You know, am I not allowed to be like that, or do I like always have to be like a diva? I don't know. I think there's this weird culture here right now where everyone, if you go to see, is like, you know, I think here there is a little excitement that we're all dressed up and we're going here and that. So I honestly get quite annoyed.
And it was a chat show, 40 days or whatever it was. And
this is the life I've chosen. You know, I've chosen that I want to be married. I've chosen I want to be a mother. I've chosen that this is what I want and I'm going to do it. The problem is that when you want the cake, the bakery, and you want to eat it too, there might be few sacrifices far and few in between. And you have to be prepared for that. LA is too far. I can't leave my 3-year-old and, you know, park myself in LA. I'd love to, you know, move there and, you know, I know, but but why all the way there? I'll be good in a Hindi movie also, and I'll still be, you know, not be away from Taimur, and who have that courage to do it. I think that's just spectacular. Oh God, I think what I'd like to achieve is, hopefully this interview will be done in London. So starting from that, I don't know, maybe move to London and then continue working in India. That's an option. That's a dream.
wow.
Also.
So you and Sonam are going to rule.
But that's fine. Sonal will be at the stores. I'll be at the park. So that's okay. We'll find a mid path to meet somewhere. And yeah, I think just, you know, being happy and doing some good work, and, you know, like people like all of you guys who've already always supported me and loved me, continue to say that, you know, she's 60 and she's still cool. Thank you. Lovely chatting with you.